Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back your lovely faces to another video here on the channel. Well, today we're going to be taking a look at something which is kind of surprising because of where this is actually coming from. It is coming from The Hollywood Reporter, and obviously we know exactly what The Hollywood Reporter is like. Some of the things it's recently done is done a couple of hit pieces on Johnny Depp. The worst one obviously was the one that came out in December of 2020, which it was just an absolute hit piece of an article. They just went after him, and the people who are responding to it, the ones who are defending that article, well, let's just say they've come out and they've got some really, really bad takes on a lot of things. But we're not here to talk about that. What we are talking about today is the following. Berlin Hot List. Johnny Depp, Aaron Eckhart films among festivals' buzziest projects, which to me, this is absolutely just a huge win, because they know for a fact this film is going to be great. That's why. A youth-scoring horror film starring Aisha Butterfield and the political drama, I'm not even going to try and say that first name, versus George W. Bush, are also among the titles generating pre-market heat. So, kicking off 2022 with yet another online-only film market will be bittersweet, says Tamara Nagahiro. I do apologise if I'm saying that wrong. Of sales group Grand Ave International. She's one of the hundreds of international film executives forced to exchange hotel suites for Zoom meeting rooms after Berlin's European film market, which runs February the 10th to the 17th, so next week onwards, went all virtual in response to a surge in this. The health of the indie film market will be put to the test at EFM 2022 as both sellers and distributors try to assess the impact of the pandemic on the global business. So, you are seeing increases in business from the streamers in places like Latin America and other major territories, with the rise of HBO Max and other new platforms, whose EFM slate includes the heist thriller Shelter from, I'm not going to say that because I will mess it up, and his surname, but from the director Anthony. But it's become harder and harder for a film to go theatrical. There seems to be just the big budget superhero style films and your art house festival hits, not much in between. Which is actually very, very true, because over the last, I'd probably say the last 2 years, there's been so many horror films I've been looking forward to, and they either get kept being pushed back, or they're just being released straight to streaming or straight to DVD, which sucks, because seeing a horror film in the theatre is absolutely amazing. And to be able to experience that with people who love horror films as well, that's where here in the UK you mostly get like the everyone cheering along together, because they're just absolutely amazing. But it does go on to say about All Eyes will be on Liongate's February the 4th release of Moonfall, which is done by Roland Emmerich. $150 million sci-fi epic was the last major pre-sale for the international market. Funniest thing is, that film is actually classed as an indie film, an independent film, and is $150 million. But again, no, when you got the guy who directed Stargate, Universal Soldier, Independence Day, Godzilla, so many of the big films of the 90s, he's going to be able to get what he wants. But he has actually come out recently where we're going to look at something later on in a different video, which is just absurd. So, at Cannes 2019, Stuart Ford's AGC Studios closed 7- and 8-figure deals with buyers and territories that are now struggling with the surge. The performance of the film will be taken as a barometer of the future potential of the market. So, that's what we're on about. They're going to wait for Cannes Film Festival to carry on. But then you go into the films that they got coming out. So, here are the 5 titles with strong pre-market buzz. Basically, these ones are going to be like, right, what can we do? Which ones can we buy straight away? So you got A Man Called Otto by Mark Forster. He's the one who did Quantum of Solace. He did World War Z and tons of other films. But that stars Tom Hanks. Buzz, long in development adaptation of crossover Swedish hit A Man Called Off, featuring Hanks as a widower. I'm not going to say that word. Who begins a reluctant friendship with his new neighbours, is certain to spark a bidding war among high-end indie distributors if a global streamer doesn't pick it up first. Morning, Laura Dern, Benedict Cumberbatch, which is like a new sci-fi drama, yep. Starve Acre, Matt Smith. Horror remains one of the few surefire genres, which it does. This supernatural frightener set in rural England in the 70s could tap into the same global audience that made folk horror Midsummer a sleeper hit. Yeah, so with that one there, I will be watching that because, first of all, I love Daniel and I love Matt Smith, and it's horror. Consider me done. The Outrun, which is Nora, again, I'm not saying these names, I don't want to butcher them, director, stars. So this is a darker drama, can be a hard sell for the indie market, but the star power of four-time Oscar nominee Ronan and the track record of the director, hot of the 1-2 success of 2019 debut System Crasher and Netflix hit The Unforgivable, should make this project an adaptation of the Amy Liptrott's best-selling memoir about a woman recovering from addiction who returns to a childhood farm of Scotland's Orkney Islands, must have for specialty buyers. Then you've got All Fun and Games, Asia Butterfield, Natalie Dyer, and you've got Ari Costa and Erin. A youth-screwing horror title, another horror thing, so it's going to be good. Then you've got The Forger, which stars these two, Maggie Perrin, a quality World War II drama, so that's going to be another one. The Bricklayer, which is Rennie Harlan, the guy who did Nightmare on Elm Street 4, he did Cliffhanger, but he also did The Last Kiss Goodnight, but he also directed the the box office bomb Cutthroat Island, the last Pirates film before Pirates of the Caribbean. But then you got this one here, Peter von Kant, with these people, a French auteur, the G.W. Bush one, Andreas, Berlin is always a strong market. But then in the very bottom, Untitled Johnny Depp. That's what I do like about this, because as you can see, they've all got titles, apart from Johnny Depp's one, and they're like, Johnny Depp, okay, we're going to do it. That's what I love about it. Director is Mai Wen, Johnny Depp, but Depp might be persona non grata in Hollywood right now. Pirates of the Caribbean star is still a major box office draw internationally, and this French project in which he plays King Louis XV of France should have no problem finding takers. And with that there, it is. When you look at everything that has come out of these things here, these, you got, that one here says, no problem finding takers. Speciality release all over it. Yeah, You're Handsome, you could be a star film, could be this. This could go well. But the majority of them don't say, yeah, this is going to be, they're going to have no problem, which I think is amazing. And it's the only Johnny Depp film on there, which everyone's like, actually, you know what? Yeah, this could be something special, which I think it will be. Because, again, with Mai Wen, I haven't really seen any of her work. I've seen her acting. She's the opera singer in The Fifth Element, which is absolutely amazing scene. But that's all I know of her, and she was married to Luc Besson, the guy who directed it. That's all I know. But obviously it's Johnny Depp, so it's going to be a big hit no matter what. Same with Minamata, that's being released now February the 11th across the States, which is great that they're finally able to see it. If you do have any topics or any questions that you would like to see answered on the channel, this is the email address, cgsquestions@gmail.com. Let us know if you got anything there which you would like to see, or if you just have a question in general. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see each and every one of you soon.